What is happening, crew? How you doing? How you doing, Dad?
All good here. All good in the hood. Yep. Busy morning. Busy.
Busy.
Took some time to throw some steaks on the Barbie. And no, I am not a vegetarian. And yeah, lovely steaks. Had a nice lunch with Elizabeth. I told her to come down and say hello to everybody. I don't know if she'll swing by or not. We'll see. She,
Nice.
she's gardening and learning Spanish. So,
Perfect.
yeah. How's everybody doing out there?
Everybody's tuning in, Dad. We got
Not
Vicky, we got Sean, we got the XRP slave, we got Northern Living, of course. We
of
got
course.
uh we got Andrew in there. Welcome, Andrew. We got the weed tea. We got Christian in here. Christian and I have been talking quite a bit. I think it's the same one.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but yeah, really good dude. Um, and much love,
yeah.
brother.
I've been chatting with, gosh, so many people this week. So many people have sent me such great stuff. Usual, Sean, obviously.
Hmm.
He said
Go
things,
Dolphins.
yeah, Mr. Dolphin. And just, gosh, Simon, Melissa,
Yeah,
uh, God, so many different people have sent me some great stuff this week.
yeah.
I
We
got
had
an
an amazing
interview request.
conversation. There's going to be a video coming up that my dad did with a person called Annie from Blue Vision Oracle, and I got the opportunity to speak with her as well. We ended up talking for like almost 3 hours, and just an amazing person, and
Yes.
really wrapped my mind back around us doing Woo Wednesdays on the Patreon. This Wednesday, we're going to get started, everybody. So if you want to join in those kinds of conversations, please join us over there. Because Dad and I are really gonna open it up. I already know. I already wrote out what I'm gonna say, Dad. Like I
Wow.
just want to hit it. You know, I want
No way.
to
We're going with a script.
no, just write it out once and make sure it's all in there, and I don't get scared. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun.
And that's going to be Wednesday night. What are we calling that? Wednesday night woo woo?
Yeah, let's all think of the name right now.
Yeah. I was going to call it energy night, but I think Wednesday night woo woo is better.
What did we make your name tag, Dad? At the crypto seminar we went together. Was it
Oh,
was it Woo Woo
woo woo
Daddy?
healer, woo
Woo Woo
woo
Healer?
healer, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I put a lot of, well, without getting too deep into it, I put a lot of healing energy out into the world for a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. And Brent and I both do that. So that's kind of what Wednesday night will be about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Weed Tea,
Starting
how
point.
to reach out to us? You can visit our website, and you can email us through that.
Yeah.
On our Patreon, we're really dialing in. We want to message everyone back, and write back on all of our comments there. So that'll be a really good spot in the future.
PM
Um,
us there.
yeah, yeah, personal messages there are really cool. Like I was just talking about with Christian, we had some really great conversations. Same, like I've written people like 3 paragraphs just because they've shared, their life
Yeah.
or a cool video or something they wanted us to see and talk about. And we're going to try to get to those. I've got one I need to watch from Brittany. Um,
Yeah,
Alspon's checking in.
because all of us have a bigger lives than just crypto. We just
Yes.
do. But
Yeah.
crypto's cool too. But there's some big stuff going on out there in the world. We try to
Yeah.
tackle it.
Yeah. We were just chatting before the before we started live about, you know, it's going to help us all to see a bigger picture. Um, and I think part of what I'm going to speak on Wednesday is about, um, I kind of been thinking about back and reminiscing about just people in my life, um, you know, friends and old colleagues and girlfriends and I just I like people that weren't good to me, people who are just total jerks, that like all of them. And I'm one of those cats. I just love those people. And I wish the best for them.
Yeah,
And when you get back into that level of like, okay, I can have love and appreciation for the world, all of our cultures and all of our languages and all of our ways that we do things is, I think, to be appreciated, um, and that's the vibration of love right there. Just to
yeah,
appreciate each other, and I think that could solve certainly a lot of diplomacy issues, and hopefully get people to work with each other, especially in these kinds of movements. And I think crypto is not just a technological thing; it also feels like a movement of trying to do the opposite of how our current system is running and working.
thank
And
God.
yeah,
Yeah,
thank God the universe went to balance that out.
to
So
God's ears on that one.
it's gonna be on all of us to learn how to use it and to protect it, and to it's not just about us making cash off it, because we could lose the cash battle. We could lose,
Yeah,
out hard to the current system, and things could get a whole lot worse. And so, how do we make those things a whole lot better, and get on that train together is what I'm really looking into for all of us.
yeah, it's going to be fun.
Hmm.
It's really such a huge time in the world because crypto came along at this time where I'd been through these big waves in the past where the only thing we really had back then was gold and silver. And that was such an isolated community. And it wasn't future thinking, it wasn't tech minded. It was just, well, get a bunch of gold and some lead, and, take care, preserve yourself. Where this time, when the world's really calling the dollar out more and more, we have more now. We have so much more. Just
Mhm.
Web3 and just all of it. We got so much going in our favor right now. It's just beyond thinking to myself, oh well, it could go to zero and the whole thing was a scam and there's no way. Like it's so far beyond that with governments and institutions now that we're just like set up. We're set up to succeed beyond the dollar if and when that time comes. If
Yeah,
if and when that time comes. Yeah, the
yeah.
world will be able to operate.
We have each person. We're all on a device right now. I mean, we we can communicate with each other all over the world. Now we have products and systems where we can trade borderlessly around the world, and
Right.
we have essentially all the knowledge at our fingertips, just just on probably the device that you have right now that we're all sharing together. It's like,
Yeah,
like you said, Dad, we've got the tools.
we do now. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Who all's in the house? What do they got for us?
Jim from Alberta. Shout out to our Canadians. Much love.
Yeah, We have a
Church
lot of
Safety
Canadian
Solutions,
fans.
thank you for being with us. Appreciate the love. Ever changing. Any news on staking this coin?
Which coin?
Maybe talking about XRP.
I still don't see any solid avenues. Maybe you guys could send me a link to something you have. I know you can stake it, but I don't like losing my keys, and I'm not about to do that at this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I'm at.
That would be my answer too.
And the last time I looked into it, I want to say it was paying like 4%, maybe something like that. It wasn't paying much. You know, you're better off with, if you're going to be into staking, depends on your financial situation, obviously, but if you're into staking and that really wants to be your primary income and your residual income monthly, there's better coins than XRP as far as that goes. But that's current world we live in, current retail price too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about before, I think that was last weekend's show. Staking's going to be a big deal because if you're getting 4% on something that's gone up on a retail nominal price, like astronomically, you know, could be a lot of money going forward. But no,
Yeah.
I don't know any good avenues for that. I know there's a bunch of people working on it out there, but DeFi really had a big black eye, and there's a lot of people that are really kind of worried about it. One of the things I have to say about DeFi is it never failed. The people failed DeFi. So let's get that clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was this morning I woke up thinking about that. Just thinking about our show today. It was like, man, I got to look back into DeFi. I got to look back at these avenues.
Yeah.
So that was a great question.
I should look into it more for you. I really should, because it's something that's going to come up. Like in particular, when XRP starts getting the price where it's like new all-time highs, whatever that, I think that was like 350, 370, depending on the exchange you run. When you get up in that area, it's going to be, well, do I sell it or should I stake it? Should I keep it forever or should I stake it? Or, you know, all those decisions are going to be things that we're going to talk about pretty much on a weekly basis, because it's going to be front and center. We're just such in the bear market at 50 cents right now. It just feels like it's really hard to talk about that at this point, but I should look into it for you. Write that one down, Brent. Hit me with that this week.
I will.
I'm going to write it down right now.
I want to start making some cool, at least a couple XRP videos with my dad, and that'll be a big part of the research as to how that's kind of advancing and opportunities. And I know that's a lot of, the crew seem to really look at XRP and other ISO projects, and so that's cool that you guys are getting us fired up about getting even deeper into that. We need to know if we're gonna be players in our game, we better know about it.
I'm working on an XLM video right now too.
Excellent.
Those of you who are fans of XLM, yeah. I've done a few in the past, but I was really vague about the families involved, so I'm going to get a little clearer on
that. We got Brent from South Louisiana. Love it. We got a couple Brents in here today. The highlight of my boating career, Brent, was taking I got to steer a 314-foot cruise ship. I got to start it right out in the Gulf, and then I got to take it all the way into New Orleans, and I got to do a couple trips up to Baton Rouge as well on a very similar ship, and I just thought the world of South Louisiana. It is so beautiful there. It is until you drive through it, until you've seen that area, it's just you're like, people kind of think swamp, but it's just it's so much more special than that. So are the people. I
Yeah.
thought the way that people speak was
Yeah.
beautiful. I love South Louisiana.
Yeah. And those
Um,
cutoff jean shorts are kind of cool too. You know what I'm saying?
that's right. That's right. Got Liverpool in the house. What's up? What's up from across the pond? We got some folks from the Netherlands. Um,
Nice.
much love to all of you.
Love it.
Got a Pennsylvania dairy farmer. There's another one. I've driven all through the south of Pennsylvania, and it's just gorgeous farm after gorgeous farm after gorgeous
Oh
farm.
yeah.
Um, shout out to you, R. Morgan. Crypto AI says, "Hello, crew. Was looking for a good video to watch. Glad you guys are live. Dad, are there any good videos that we've seen recently that we could shout out for
You
the
mean other than the ones I've made recently? Is that what he's
yeah
asking?
yeah other than just watching Al
Um,
24/7?
let's see. Anything other than mine? Um,
Let's see.
I'll have to think about that one. I haven't really seen much good stuff lately. It's a bear market,
I
but
still yeah I
I
still
don't
want to see
watch
the
as much videos.
Brad Garlinghouse video.
Yeah, it was
That video
okay.
was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. I saw one with oh gosh, George Gammon and Jeff Booth. We talked about that last weekend.
Yeah,
That I thought was worth talking about, watching. But it's all about Bitcoin, so I don't know if you're into Bitcoin, that'd be a good one to watch.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I watched part of it. It was really good.
really good. It really what it was talking about more than Bitcoin was the future of money. That's really what that whole video was about.
Yeah.
I just saw one recently. God, what was that one I sent you, Brent? Um, those guys were pretty good. It's kind of a new channel. It'll come to me. Anyway, they did one and they had the creator of the NFTs on it.
Oh, I
The
don't know
guy,
if you sent, I don't know if you sent me that.
man, I think I did just the other night. Anyway, that crypto canvas, I want to say their channel's called, was pretty good. I really like their content. I've seen like 2 of their shows now, but anyway, no, I can't think of anything right off the bat.
Okay.
If I will say
I'm gonna
this,
think of something. I'm gonna think of a banger for everybody. There's been
the
a couple.
the only thing I watched, like, I'm not going to use the word religious, but anything that I watch consistently is Brad Kine's show. I'll watch that. I try to watch that like once a week, twice a week, because he's really good about catching up on the news of XRP. I try to catch a show or 2 his a week. I try to catch that show if I like his titles. Uh, I don't watch DAI show at all. I know a lot of people do, but I don't.
I still watch my Market Sniper a lot, Crypto Sniper.
I
I
watch. Yeah,
really the man is unafraid. He's unafraid, and
yeah,
he's over living in South Africa, and he's just on a different wavelength, and
yeah,
incredible person to study and look at charts with, and just really go tinfoil hat, you know,
yeah,
not afraid to call out the BS of the world. And so it's refreshing in a fun way. It's not
yeah,
real. I don't see it as very negative. It's just very
yeah.
it's fun.
He's one of my favorites. I,
What
I
up, Cody?
I come from a trading background, so for me, he speaks to traders really well. Um, but yeah, Francis Hunt is his name.
Hmm.
Market sniper, crypto sniper. Yeah, he does good stuff.
Dad, we got practical woo woo in the house.
Very nice.
Sarah from Oregon. Hey, cheers, Sarah. We're gonna be doing our first woo video together on Wednesday on our Patreon. If you
Yes.
want to come join us ever, we're gonna
And,
get that show fired right up.
and the easiest way to get us for that is the staple crew at .info. That takes you directly there. We also gosh, I don't know if I should bring that out, but anyway, I'm going to talk about it anyway. Um,
Yeah.
I sent a few of the people a link. There's a coin coming out. I think we're going to get our hands on one this week. And it's a good friend of ours, Patrick, who produced this coin. And he's doing it with a guy by the name of Economic Ninja. And it's a 1 ounce silver coin, and it has 100 XRP in it on a QR code on the back. So, and the promise is that they're going to have it in everybody's hands before Christmas, and they are making 10,000 of them. So that sounds like a lot, but it goes really fast. So we have a link on our site for that, and we're going to have Patrick on our show, on our normal show, and we're going to have, we think, we'll see how it goes, something coming up with Economic Ninja as well. So about that coin.
Patrick
Yeah.
recently just co-wrote a book, also, the Economic Prepper's Handbook.
Yep.
I'm halfway through it. It's only 90 pages, you guys. You can get it for $1 on Kindle on Amazon. And I forget the paper copy price, but really good so far. Just kind of good all around to remind you of all the different things that we can start thinking about solution wise to prepare ourselves.
But I have no word on how much the coin's going to be yet. I don't have one in my hand, so I don't know what the graphics look like. The only thing that when you go to the link, it only has a gold coin, which is the old coin. That's not what it's going to look like. So it's a little tricky yet. But the person that works with us on our channel is really all on top of it. So if you stay connected to our channel, you're going to be one of the first people that's going to get a link. You're going to have to send them, unfortunately, your email. I know a lot of people are leery about that, but these people are straight up people. So if that matters, anything coming from me, I know that they're good people. I know they're amazing people. And Patrick and Brent and I are going to be doing some very large projects, possibly coming to a town near you. He has some big ideas about prepping shows and about crypto shows, and it's going to be a bit of a traveling tour, if you will, to different locations around all of North America, not just the US. No plans overseas at this point, but a bunch of that's coming in our future. So look forward to that. But that coin, that XRP coin, for a Christmas gift for somebody that you know that only likes silver, really kind of cool to slip in, you know, the XRP, and then XRP is 50 cents right now, and then the next thing you know, it goes to $10, you know, and he's got 100 of them on there, you know. So
Yeah.
all of a sudden, his coin is worth a lot of money, and you know, it'd be kind of cool just to spring it on your dad or your uncle, and then you know, later in life when you know cryptos go crazy, you tell them how much money he actually has on it.
That's very cool.
Right?
Very
Yeah.
cool idea.
Yep. I think so too.
Welcome, John, first time listener from New York City.
Hey, John.
The Big
Good
John,
to have
Big
you,
Apple,
brother.
baby.
We got to find out, did John go to the party, the XRP party? I know Sean
Oh,
did, and Sean sent a few photos of it.
Sean went to the XRP party?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
no, he
texting me.
did. He did. It was when we were in Vegas. He sent us those pictures.
Yeah,
For
yeah, he
some
sent
reason,
me a couple things.
I didn't put that together in my brain though.
Yeah, yeah, he's got
Man,
one with David Schwartz and somebody else
yeah.
in there. Pretty cool.
Sean's all over the place. He's like, man, he's like my soul brother.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. I was
Globetrotter.
just gonna say to Big John, man, I got to go to New York City. I went to a healing seminar, um, and New York just absolutely blew my mind. Like, definitely would like to go back and experience more. Some of the craziest driving I've done in my life, and I've done a lot of driving.
Yeah,
It
New
was
York
great.
City's great for driving.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's nothing like Lima, Peru, which blew my mind. They don't even paint lines, and it's like 8 cars wide. You know, you're just like, what is going on? Yeah, it looked like a stadium parking lot more than a highway.
it's like you're racing in Mario Kart against each other.
Yeah, yeah. You don't drive the nice car to town, if you know what I mean. So
Aloha, Desilu.
Desi Lou, we got some
Crypto.
ladies in that. I'm assuming that's a lady. I don't know. What do I know these days?
Yeah.
That's cool. We got some ladies in the house. Hey, Chelsea. The man, I spent a whole summer in Chelsea, in New York. Yes, yes, I did. On a boat, on a yacht, right there in the marina. Awesome.
Mhm.
We had a great time. That was a good summer. That's a
Yeah.
good way to live life, right there.
Yeah, didn't you say you saw the 4th of July in Boston? That was
Yes,
like one of
I
my favorite.
yeah, I saw the yeah, I saw 4th of July, the Millennial 4th of July in Boston Harbor, where they reenacted with old sailing wooden ships the whole battle in the bay. And literally, our yacht was so in the middle of the whole thing that we had to get up on top and spray the canvas because there was so much ash coming down on the boat. It was catching our boat on fire. I mean, you felt like you were in the
Wow,
middle of a war. It was unbelievable. It was really cool, actually.
that is
Yeah,
so crazy.
yeah. Boston Harbor.
The habit.
Yeah, it's good fun. Crazy, crazy out there.
We got a lot of chat in here, Dad, about if we're gonna stake our coins, make sure and keeping them in our hardware wallets. Very
Very,
important reminder. Yes.
very difficult to do to get any kind of yield, is what I've found. Unless somebody can put in the chat, somebody good they know.
Yeah.
Because I know Exodus doesn't, I don't believe Exodus stakes XRP. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they do. And if they do, it's very minimal. It's 3-4%. It's nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The last time I did staking, I was staking on crypto.com's DeFi wallet, um, which was interesting. And I liked the usage of their app. I liked a lot of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I need to kind of get back into the project to see the numbers and what their future's looking like. But that was incredibly functional. So I would like to see if they're gonna keep
Yeah.
this thing going. If they're gonna keep that ship afloat. But I'm excited for those companies that want to make make the make the ins and the outs easier for us,
Yeah.
so people can really get on board. and then have staking opportunities, feel secure in their wallets, potentially have debit cards,
Yeah.
go crypto to cash during the transaction. And so I think that's going to be huge coming up. I mean, I'd like
I
to
know.
see us a little further along and all that.
Yeah.
And myself especially, I
Yeah.
think that's something to
There's
really dive back into.
somebody sent me a link to an article that was it Fidelity? No, it wasn't Fidelity. It was Grayscale. And Grayscale's actually working with 2 or 3 startup wallets. And they're actually saying they're going to do something along the lines of, you can share passwords. Not share. Let's say you got a 12-word seed phrase. They'll have 6 of the words, you'll have 6 of the words, and that kind of thing. But then nobody really likes that angle too much, because everybody's kind of going that way. And they said, but for you serious people that want to run your own wallet, we're also working on having startups being able to work. We're trying to figure out how we can use, okay, here's what they're looking to do. All of these companies, they need assets under a roof. Okay. Fidelity wants to say, I'm 10 trillion. And BlackRock wants to say, well, I'm 11 trillion. And then, Fidelity wants to say, well, I'm 12 trillion. Under management is how they put it. And the big reason why they do that is because when it comes to being able to leverage further and borrow more money from the banks, they can say, look, here's our portfolio. We're good for it. We have all of these people under our management. Well, they don't care that you have control of your own coin. They don't care about that. I know you think that they want to control your coin. They really don't, because it's a responsibility that if they lose it, then they're going to replace it, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of us are kind of paranoid, and we think they're all about trying to steal our coin, which could be a factor as well. I'm not trying to say that's not possible. But what I am saying is they want to have a way to say, oh yeah, they're under our management, but don't worry about it because you control your coins completely on your own wallet. And they're working on that right now. And I think that personally is the future where this whole thing's going. That, because it's a win-win for the banks and the financial institutions, and it's a win-win for you and I, because I can go anywhere in the world with my seed phrase and I can have my wealth come with me. I don't need to go through Fidelity and their bank account. But yet Fidelity gets credit for the millions in which you've amassed being under their roof. I hope I explained that well. Mm-hmm. It's key to the future of the adoption for everybody, but yet we all get to use the liquidity and the equity of it all. So it should be fun. It's not here yet. We're working on it.
Yeah, right. No, that was well put, Dad. We're getting definitely some questions. Dad, have you started down the road with what's going on with Lightning Network?
Yeah, I knew that one was going to come up today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. My phone started blowing up at about 4 o'clock my time yesterday. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, it at first glance it didn't look good, but on the second glance, that's why I'm not on X very often, if ever. Like, oh, there was a shadow of darkness on something. Let's throw everybody under the bus. And that's kind of what happened for the first hour it came out. When you look further into the person that actually originally posted it, that person was a disgruntled employee. We know who those people are. That person's credibility is not real good to this day. And it's leaking oil as days go on. Having said that, there was supposedly, in his opinion, a breach in the protocol that somebody could get in through a back door, which was intentionally placed there. Well, if that were the case, or was the case, or is the case, I can guarantee that's not there now. So maybe sometimes finding faults or problems with software or people's platforms is another way for everything to become more bulletproof. But on a lighter note, I'd like to say this. There was so damn many people who threw Bitcoin and Lightning Network under the bus in a matter of 2 or 3 hours. I was like so disappointed on a mentally spiritual side of me. Just said, man, really? We're throwing sand in the sandbox again here. What people don't get still to this day, and it really annoys me, is we're all in this same space. When somebody's protocol, somebody's software looks bad, it looks bad on crypto.
Yeah.
The normal people don't know the difference between XRP and Lightning. They don't know the difference. They just think, oh, it's bad. It's all bad. They don't. And by you promoting somebody else's faults isn't making you look better, I guess. And I know I preach that a lot in this channel, but I really mean it. If you think demolishing Litecoin Network or Bitcoin is going to make XRP more valuable, you're wrong. You're wrong about that. I'm sorry. And I don't know who taught you that, but they're not correct. That's not. Look, ultimately, both are going to seek their own level. And what'll happen is the public will decide. Usability will decide. One is way more useful than the other one. We already know that. XRP is faster, it's more secure, it's a better coin in so many different ways. There's going to be other ways that network is going to be used because people trust it or like it or have always used it. It's the whole Pepsi, Coca-Cola thing all over again. You know, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really interesting to hear what happens to that guy, because from what I've heard, he was like they were getting rid of him, is what I heard. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
That was the part of it that I had heard, is they immediately called that person out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is just FUD.
Yeah. It's more FUD, guys. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that, Dad. You want your ecosystem to do well. And
yes.
when something radically shifts, when something comes in that's invasive or threatens, you know, in any way,
Right.
it throws off the equilibrium in nature. That's just it's how we are. It's how nature is. It's how crypto has certainly been. I, for one, am tired of the black eyes and the crap in the media. And why don't those people come out and invent something better? I mean, honestly, like, you know, it's like, please, I challenge you. That's going to be, I think, what Dad and I are going to be on about for a very long time is, you know, the solutions that have been created, and that we need to try to use it and keep it secure and keep it out of the weeds. You know, and use it appropriately.
There's
you know,
trillions.
Any tool can be used incorrectly, or you know,
there's trillions of dollars coming to this space. Okay. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think I just read last week where Bitcoin just passed $100 trillion in transactions since its creation. So there's trillions of dollars coming to all of the coins. And when you can get your head around that, then you start to realize where you're at and what you own. And then once you've got that figured out, people get bored. And they're like, oh, well, I got to find fault with my neighbor's coin or whatever the thing is. I had an analogy. I was on the phone with somebody yesterday. I came up with this quick analogy. It's like, okay, you have a favorite football team. I don't care if it's European football or American football. It doesn't matter, right? So you have a favorite club or football team, right? And you hear that your rival across town, that you hear that them playing football causes cancer. Is that good for your football club? No, it's not good for football club, period. Any club, anybody. So you don't want breaches in this new software in which we all trust our fortunes on. See what I'm saying? You just don't want that. And you certainly, it's bad. Like Brent just said, it's bad enough we have to fight the media on the whole damn thing. Now we have to fight each other. It's just beyond me. But anyway.
Yeah, look how long we've been going through this scam bank man.
Yeah.
It is just constantly being brought up.
Yeah.
For good reason. I mean, we don't want to step into the wrong companies either.
No.
And it will take a greater awareness of what this is. And then something that my dad really teaches me a lot about, and I didn't look so deeply into it until he talked to me about it, was really the business, these companies that are creating these blockchains, and he really emphasized that on XRP. He's like, look at the connections that they have, look at the countries that they're in, look at the people that have been trying to use them for years now. Like those types of things are, hopefully provenance versus like just trying to pig out and, you do real good on your ICO and all of a sudden it's yet another phantom company. Which I read a book years back, and I wanted to say like 7 out of 10 corporations that are like formed, like new ones, like are just kind of a cash grab. And or they double deal it, they leverage it right off the bat for advertising and so the strength of a company is really what I'm trying to start looking at with all these projects. And we hear a lot of you all talking about the ISO projects, and it's going to be key. And some of those projects are just so insane once you get into it that I hope we can help support that innovation. And you just hope they stay on the right track, right?
Exactly. And when we started the show, that there's just so much fundamentally going on with what Ripple's doing all around the world that if there's anybody watching this right now and you don't own any XRP, I mean, I say this all the time. I don't know what you're looking at. You're not looking at the same stuff I'm looking at. You're listening to somebody on some chat space or something tell you how bad it is, or that guy that put out that video about they just sell tokens to promote a new higher price. It's like they're not. When you look at the corporate and the government fundamentals as to what's going on with Ripple and what's their primary product, right? That's what my whole video was about. Their primary product is XRP. So there's this massive company with 1,000 employees that's global, going around the world promoting what? The coin you own. How many coins in the space are doing that? How many coins have a massive corporation behind it promoting one coin? None. Like nobody. Nobody's doing that other than Ripple with XRP. And that's all I need to know. That's a fundamental, like you just said, Brent, fundamental business structure 101 is right there. That's, if you need If you need more than that, then, do deeper dives into what you purchased, obviously, but that's on a business level where we're going and what they're promoting is what you own. It's so awesome. I mean, it's like crazy. It's an opportunity. You know what it reminds me of? It's almost like owning Apple stock and the company of Apple constantly working to make Apple better. That's kind of what it feels like to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like there's always innovation with them. XRPL,
Yeah.
Ripple Labs, XRP.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm glad that's one that we've really dug into. What is happening, everybody? I'm
It,
trying to catch up with the comments right now, Dad, because there's
yeah.
so many.
That.
There's so many comments. Speaking of, hey, do you want to the El Capitan himself? Do you want to tell everybody the cool news that you texted me last night
Uh-oh.
about the views?
Oh, hey, that is kind of cool news. No, go ahead. You tell them.
Thanks to all of you.
Yeah.
What are we, Dad? Maybe we're 26 months in. We're about 2 years and 4
Yeah.
months in.
Yeah.
We just hit 1 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if the two of us can do it, so can you.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
we're
Yeah, we just passed last week. We just passed 1 million views in YouTube. I was like, wow, no way, that went fast. Like,
that's pretty. Yeah,
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Thank you, everybody, because
yeah,
there's been a lot of people in here that have been with us a long time in that. So thank you
yeah,
so much. Thank you for the
yeah,
newcomers. This is who we are. Um, we want to get deep and we want to help find the right answers. And if we don't know them, we're going to get into it and look it up. Um,
yeah.
we already wrote down DeFi today. I want to look more into Bitcoin SV. Someone mentioned that. That's a fork off of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
The person commented about the potential benefits of that it could provide.
I looked into it when it first came out, when forget his name, he created that coin. And everybody called him, I can't remember, Bitcoin Jesus or something. He called him back then. A lot of people were saying he said that he was Satoshi or something like that. I can't remember. That was a couple of years ago now, wasn't it? That coin came out. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really looked into it back then, but I don't know much about it recently.
Same.
Yeah.
Ryan from Ohio says hi to you, Dad.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Cryptonomy. We got to look into cryptonomy for staking XRP. I don't know if that's a site or what, but I want to check it
Economy?
out.
That's new to me.
Yeah, I'll just write it down. Thank you, OE. Got the other nomad in the house. Got Smiling Monkey. I like
Nice.
that name a lot. Smiling Monkey's a good one.
Yeah.
Carl Randall, what up? All right, let's get some questions going in here. Let's get some questions going.
Got some good ones in there,
Got some
probably.
folks near Boston. We got people in Miami. We got people all over the place, Dad. We got our Canadians, of course.
Yeah.
They can't. They either can't wait to get out, it seems, or for Trudeau to get out.
Yes.
So whichever comes first, right? We feel
Yeah.
your pain, brother. We feel your pain. There's some, um, you know, Dad and I might be Pollyannas, but we try not to get down about such things. But it can be very frustrating to live in a country and see, your politicians just not seem to bring logic to the table. at times,
No,
and that's not just for our country. Like that hurts me and frustrates me for the rest of the world. Um,
but
when
he,
you're blessed and privileged enough to live in a first world country, that has great trade influence and great influence all over. You want your leaders to make logical, good decisions. That hopefully stand by your country's morals and what they were all founded upon. And so I understand the frustration too,
yes,
everybody. Like
and, but
I'm not just up here to be Pollyanna. Like I get it too, and I'm sure Dad does too. But
yeah,
we must press on together. Um, if we
but
want this world to look like the way we want it to look.
yeah, I have a perspective on what he pulled last week, and and I think it's a good perspective to have, and I think almost everybody in this group understands it. What Trudeau did, what that government regime, whatever you'd like to call them, did last week was they basically came out and said that I can close your bank account, Canadian citizen, at the drop of a hat. I don't need a court order. I don't need even a good reason. I can just close your bank account and then you're SOL. Okay? That's the definition of tyranny, if you ask me. But
Mhm.
the beautiful thing that immediately upon hearing that, I said to myself, well, that man's promoting crypto because we don't need their damn bank anyway. Okay. So that's how it hit me. I was like, why don't you just lead the flock right to us? Because we'll take good care of them. Thanks, Trudeau.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, what a bonehead move on your part, but you're just promoting everybody have their own wallet and living their own life outside of the banking institutions. Hello. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a win-win for crypto, big time. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I was telling Dad I wrote down for the show today is personal freedom and individual rights. If you're spending all your time and all your energy and making your income and you're storing it in these places and your leader is pumping you full of fear about it, it is a win for crypto, Dad.
It
Uh,
is.
Personal freedom and individual rights is a must. That's a must. That's like the bottom. That's bedrock of
Yeah.
what people want. Like I
Yeah.
think like to live in a society we gotta give and take, right?
Yeah.
And that's why there's laws and that's why all that stuff's going on. But you know, that just gets to the core of it to me is like, well, we don't. What are the banks doing for us, Dad? G- Giving it what?
Um,
Giving you 1%? Well, not even that now.
no.
You look at inflation next to what your bank's paying you, and it's like, is it safer than under my mattress? I don't. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
well, and it's certainly bank to bank.
Yeah, it is.
Met,
I, that's a really hard one for me because I still have a bank account and I still
yeah,
deal with banks and I still live in that world. So I can't really recommend somebody just getting completely out of it. But I will tell you that I think each day and each week goes by, we're closer and closer to having the opportunities to do that. So
that's
that's,
right. We're still seeking. We still need the functionality
yeah,
that banking brings, and as crypto builds that functionality, makes it easier to transact. Um, you
yeah,
know, even in just your town, just easier
yeah,
to transact and buy groceries.
yeah.
That'll be a
The,
huge.
the real war between crypto and adoption is at the bank level. It's not at the technology level. It's not even really at the government level. It's not at the institutional level. And it's not into tech industry level. It's at the bank level. If you notice, the people who are promoting or asking to for ETFs aren't banks. Okay, they're traders or they're pension fund holders, and they're looking for real yield. And they know where the yield's coming over the next 5 to 10 years is from crypto. Okay, they know that. That writing's on the wall. So I've done shows about this, but I'll repeat it. The people that are threatened by crypto are banking institutions. That's why you haven't seen a bank or B of A. I know B of A is working with Ripple. I know there's different ways that they are in transactional money, but you notice that nobody's come out and said, oh yeah, we're 100% crypto now. Nobody's doing that because there's there's a trillion different reasons why that is, but remittance payments and all of those things and bank fees and funds that they're charging you will no longer exist. And that goes to the tune of somewhere just in the known banking and what they've admitted to, somewhere between $6 to $7 trillion annually. And that's what they're going to lose. So that's the real war, and the banks own the media. You get the picture. Yeah, that's what's going on there.
Yeah, Dad. Yeah.
That's not hard math to figure that one out.
You don't want to lose. Yeah. You don't want to lose plus 7 trillion.
No, and let's remember, banks create money. I know everybody thinks it comes from central banks. It doesn't. It doesn't come from the Federal Reserve. Banks create the money. I know that's a whole nother story, a very long show, but essentially the central banks give the banks the right to create money, and they do. These days, they're creating less and less money, and I don't know if you guys have seen what's going on, but it's not good. They're pulling bank loans back all over Europe right now. And what I mean by that is, okay, well, they loaned you this $1 million to buy this farm. Well, we're going to pull that loan back, and actually, we think we like the land or the farm more than we do the loan and the interest that we're making off the money we loaned you. So we're going to take the deed of the land back. So hit the trail and leave our property. Of course, the media isn't talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. But that is scary. And anybody that's, in the Netherlands, I think there was a couple of people that were talking about it. Those farmers are under a lot of pressure. Farmers around the world are under a lot of pressure. And it's not because they're not great farmers. And it's not because they're not doing wonderful things and feeding the world. It's because the bankers are pulling the legs out from under their farm. And who gave the bankers the power? The bankers didn't even earn the money that they loaned to the guy to buy the farm. I don't know how many people know that. The banks don't have the money to pay cash for the farm. That money was created by the central bank or was given permission for the bank to create it out of nothing. I talk about it all the time, but
it always,
the banks have the right, supposedly, with a gun to go kick you off the property that they didn't pay for, essentially.
Yeah.
That's the world. That's the banking. That's the power the banks have and have had for thousands of years. Yeah. And it's just the ignorance of the people is the only reason why they've gotten away with it. Not too much longer. Not with people like Trudeau around, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
That's a big blunder, if you ask me. That's stepping right in it. That's a big mistake they make. I don't understand what they think they're trying to. I don't know. I don't get it. To me, that's just a warning signal to everybody to go, oh, wait a minute. Why is he doing that? I mean, it's not as if he's got 10 examples of this guy building bombs in his basement, so they cut off his bank account. That's not why they did it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Weird.
Okay,
It's
Dad,
not.
checking. What? What were you gonna say?
I was going to say it's not weird because we kind of know what's going on, but I can't elaborate any further on live YouTube.
Yeah. So we'll just go with weird, everybody.
You're here.
We'll go with
Yeah.
strange. You know.
I mean, if I want to see the screen just go black, right?
Right.
I don't know. The show was going so swell. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Gee, Chuck, the date started off good, and then she seemed to tense up. So, checking the pulse of the crew right now. So, Dad, and so just so you know, the next bull run is going to be sick. All right, it's going to be amazing.
Yes, that's what the crew says.
Yeah. Also, want us to know that Bitcoin is trash.
Trash.
But they still love us. They still love
Yes,
us.
good.
And
Good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. There's ones that I would choose over Bitcoin if that puts anybody at ease. I think there's better
Yeah.
ones that it could, like if it had been this project instead of Bitcoin, I think it would have been a home run. You know, like
Right.
a slam dunk home run. Whereas,
Yeah.
yes, Bitcoin is slow and old for what
Yes,
it is.
it
And
is.
not high transactions. And yes, totally with you all on that.
Yeah.
But it is extremely popular globally, and the fate of crypto is
Yes.
holding hands with it. I think it's holding hands with Bitcoin.
I use this analogy a lot, and it's good. Bitcoin is like a gold bar. Technologically, it's a gold bar. Yeah, is it slow to move around? Yep. Is it fast? No. Is it technically advanced? No. There's like 10 other coins that are more technically advanced. 100 coins more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's solid and secure and understandable. And a lot of people like those qualities and things. Believe me, they do.
Yeah.
They don't like the new fast guy. You know what I mean? That's not what big, stinky, old people invest in. They like the slow, sure thing. That's the difference between the
Knows what
two.
it is. It stood the test of time.
Yes. Yeah.
I like the color orange. It
Yeah.
calms me.
If you've only got $1,000 to invest, you probably shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. That and not financial advice.
No.
You should be finding one that starts with an X, probably. It can end with an LM. It can end with a DC. It can end with a, what else? But probably one starting with an X would be the choices I would make.
Yeah.
But we're all so early in this adoption that it's like they're all going to explode. I can tell you that. That much we can all agree on. They're going to explode. And do I think XRP is going to double quicker than Bitcoin? Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be close, though. Believe it or not. I know a lot of people don't believe that, but it's going to be real close. So yeah. But it's $30,000 for a Bitcoin. I mean, who's got that kind of cash laying around the house?
Yeah.
Not many.
It'd be incredible long term if you could hold it. If you can hold on to it. Dad and I chatted about this recently. There's there's concern, you know, that when the day comes when, you know, Bitcoin just is unbuyable. And
Yeah,
I'm of the belief that that day will come, um, where, you know, it's starting to get soaked up where all the big money's at, and people won't have diamond hands because they'll, you know, no, I'm not going to sell this for $30,000, but everybody's kind of got a number, you
yeah.
know, and what will that number be to where that's pried out of your hands, and it's, you know,
And that
it's
and
not
that
yours
number is
anymore. That's why I kind of want to understand the projects that I've purchased, you know, the coins
yeah,
that I bought, and really try to see some future with
yeah.
all of it. See, really try to see the long term.
The brightest future I see in any coin for me personally, and the research that I've done is XRP over the next 10 years. 10 years from now, XRP is going to be more valuable than any coin I've been able to find. And I
Mhm.
don't mean valuable in numbers wise. Do I think XRP is going to be $30,000 in 10 years? No, I don't. There's just 100 billion of them. But I think it's going to multiply from 50 cents more times than anything else I can find. Does that mean that there isn't some hooligan coin coming out next week that's going to split 30,000 times over the next month? Yeah. I mean, but what I'm talking about is a sure thing with fundamentals behind it, with a solid crew and base behind it, with great technology and an amazing future. The best thing that I've been able to research and find is XRP. And I think it's twice as good as XLM. And I know there's a lot of XLM people out there, but I don't think the fundamentals are even close.
Yeah.
So when I talk about Bitcoin, I talk about it in the sense that it's an industry standard. That doesn't mean it's the future. It's like my analogy. You don't take your Ferrari to Home Depot to get bags of cement.
Yeah.
One's a truck, one's a sports car. They have two totally different purposes in life. Yeah.
Yeah, right around when you said that to me the first time, Dad, I was like, yeah, there's no way. There's just no, I can't fathom where it all just becomes one. I
No,
just don't. Like it's just that's not
no,
what's happened in the world. You know, that's
no.
not what's happened with currency. That's not what's happened with data storage. It's not what's happened with countries.
Yeah.
Um, you know, there's going to be people get romantic about these projects. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have big time. I would have I'd have Digibyte over Bitcoin. That's
Yeah.
off the top of my head. That's number one. I'd switch it out, and you know, we'll see on that. We'll see
Right.
because I because both to me have a really bright future and have use cases like you're saying,
Yeah.
Dad. They're different,
Yeah.
uh, and I think we will need them. And there's so much quadrillions of digits out. There will be people who try to use a lot of them for business, for storage, for the utilization of blockchain and its capabilities. There's
Yeah.
the list goes on and on.
I can't wait for the day that the debate isn't which coin is better than the other one. The
Yeah,
debate is, should I get a Porsche? Should I get a Ferrari? Should I go with the blonde or should I go with the brunette? Or do I get the house on the beach or in the mountains? You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah. I have a farm. I should probably get the truck. You know.
right. Yeah. One day our live chats will be about, that instead of, which
Yeah,
coin. Yeah.
yeah. Good call.
One day.
One day.
Probably, I'd say less than 2 years from now for sure. Yeah. I really like the sound of next spring, guys. I like it a lot. Oh, and I meant to tell everybody this. I have it under very good authority.
Oh, what's
Okay.
that?
I got an inside tip for y'all that ETF will happen this year.
This year.
This year. And in fact, the
The
person that told
grayscale
me
one?
that, said it would be within 2 weeks. That was 3 or 4 days ago. I was like, "Are you sure, man?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a done deal." And I was like, "Huh. All right. We'll see how good that source is." Yeah. But I will tell you this, they're connected to BlackRock.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Very interesting, Faja.
We'll see how
Very
that goes.
interesting.
Yeah. But then I heard just the other day that BlackRock's rewriting the whole thing and they're resubmitting it. So maybe, who knows? Who knows?
Lisa D asked us any new thoughts on Theta. And I want there to be new thoughts, Lisa. I
I
do.
do.
I really do. I
I do too.
I I want to see it be built into every damn television and laptop and
Yep.
man, I that's what I'm waiting on.
I, of all the coins that I own, that's the one that I truly, truly believe would make the biggest difference in the world. I there's some really great ideas. There's going to be, I mean, it's going to be really cool with, how fast we can move money around the world with XRP and different things like that. But what Theta is going to do to platforms like this and YouTube is going to be revolutionary.
Mhm.
People are going to be able to make a living off just watching their phones. Watching, not creating content, just watching your phone. That's pretty big, guys.
Yeah.
That's really big. In particular, if you don't live in a Western world to where your attention span means something and a few dollars a day or hour means a lot to you, that's going to change the world. That's what I'm
Yeah,
really bullish on that.
if we're all getting a cut right now for being here,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's big.
it's helping pay your power bill.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
big.
really is big. And it's funny, people think you make a lot of money with a YouTube channel. You don't make any money. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
people, oh yeah, you're trying to get rich, your Patreon and all that. I'm laughing, just going, buddy, you have no clue. Yeah, you
No.
just don't. You have no idea. If I did this for the money, I couldn't
Yeah.
afford ramen.
Yeah. We have
Yeah,
yet both of us have yet to take a nickel out of it.
yeah. I
Only
wasn't going to go
only
there, but
only to bring on our assistant. That's it.
yeah,
That's what it's it is
yeah,
challenging. It is challenging, but when you have the passion and you have the voice and you have enough time to do a side hustle, a side
yeah.
job, literally your passion.
I'm
Um,
in.
and for us, for Dad and I, it's really about because we're going to be talking about spiritual stuff and stories and all sorts of all this other stuff on Patreon. Um, but it's about people. It's
It's
about
about people.
it wasn't just Dad and I can create mining rigs on his property using the solar system, and we can just nerd out there and crypto and we'll be rich someday. It's like no,
Yeah,
like we're gonna be wealthy because of the love and the support And the potential with going with Patrick all over to go talk to people like you
Yeah.
guys and actually just get to meet you and hear your
Yeah.
stories. That's real wealth. That's when you hear ideas that you've never heard before. That's when you say to yourself, like, wow, I got to get to know this person more. Like,
Yeah.
there's just,
We've
that's,
already built that. We've
yeah,
built a
like,
community of however many people, but like it's amazing to me. I have so many friends now. Many of you who are watching this right now, who I consider friends of mine, that text me or chat me up or whatever, or you just hit me with great questions in the posts and whatnot. Like it's great. That's
yeah,
why we did this. We didn't do this to crypto. We're going to do just
this
fine
is
with
the dream.
crypto. We don't need to make money off YouTube. You know. Yeah.
No. And the
Thank God, because
Patreon
there's
and the Patreon's turning into, like, I just see it, Dad, turning into more of us.
way
More of
more of us. Yeah.
we've done a couple videos on there together now, and I love them both. Because we're obviously very honest and open here, but um, it's fun to be able
Sort
to let it rip. It's
Yeah.
fun to be able to not have that feeling, of like, I
Yeah.
just don't want to live with, you know,
When I found out why
the fear
Lewis
of
is,
getting our channel taken down over a curse word or something, or not that I
yeah,
want to curse, but it's like, I don't want that pressure. And I want to speak to the highest ideas and thoughts that
yeah,
have come into my mind in my entire life. The most wise things that my father's told me in my life. Like, I want to give that to people. Like, here you go. See if
yeah,
that resonates with you. What do you think?
right. When I found out what Lewis's channel got banned for a week, I laughed out loud. I mean, I can't
Oh,
say it
no.
here because we're on YouTube, but what they banned him for was, I'm sorry, man. That there's no excuse for that. There's no
Mhm.
that's I mean that's as bad as like banning a channel for walking an old lady across the street. Like literally. You're just like, what are you talking about? What you did what? Like who did you save in humanity for doing that? It's really unbelievable what they it's and I'm not even sure Patreon's the right platform, but it's the one we're going with. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
And everybody's getting bounced off Rumble too now. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
would tell you the one I'd like to go to, but everyone's going to call me a Bitcoiner. But I really like Noster a lot. I'm not over there yet, but everything I read about it, everything I hear about it, and everybody that's over there swears by it. But yes, it's on the Bitcoin protocol. So,
Mhm.
there is that. But at least you can't get banned
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whatever
That's
that's worth.
cool. That's
Like
very
there's
cool.
nobody to be able to ban you. It's one of the things I like about Bitcoin. There's no president. There's no company. There's no corporation. There's no employee. That's what I like about it. One of the things.
Dad, we got 74 folks in the chat right now,
Nice.
including the Kung Fu tuber,
No
the
way.
Desi Lou. We got Verhufti Flufen.
That's cool.
Sorry, like, when I read that, it just came, there's some Germanic in there. So Verhufti Flufen. It's beautiful. Christian's still in here with us. Bro, I really, just have enjoyed our messaging back and forth. You
Yeah.
know, he's saying the same thing, Dad. It's just, hey, like, it'd be so cool to share my story and my passion of why I'm into crypto and why I'm into stuff. And I'm like, bro, I feel the same way. Lay it on me.
Yeah.
And that's what Dad and I were just talking about, y'all. That's the dream. The dream is to have 71 of you on with us right now.
Yeah.
3
Oh, we're
o'clock on
going to do that,
Sunday.
guys. We're going to do that. We're going to do more interviews. I know I keep promising that, but I'm just not ready. I live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So bandwidth and all the rest of it's kind of difficult for me. So I've got some stuff coming that's going to change all that. So bear with us. It's coming.
And we're gonna do some awesome interviews. Like the
Yes.
people that we've reconnected with
Yeah.
are special, and
Yeah.
they're special people in this space, and they're the ones I'm thinking of at the moment. Dad, are just doers.
Yeah.
They're the study it hard, business end,
Yeah.
people end, really good people for us to be involved with. And I'm excited. I'm excited to
Yeah.
get in there and open it up.
And they're making a difference in the world that we all live in and that we're about to live in. And that's really why we created this show. Is why I don't want to talk about what went wrong with crypto today or yesterday. This protocol failed or whatever. I understand it's important to find those loopholes in the whole thing. But what I want to talk about is how it's going to change your life tomorrow. What's happening next week? Why is this important to you and your kids' future? Why is it that you and I get that, yet the rest of the world's like, yeah, I don't know about that whole crypto thing? What is it about the crypto message that we have failed educating these people? We have failed at this, clearly, because we need to do a better job of teaching them how it's going to fix and change their world. Not just make them rich, not just buy Lambos. It's bigger than that. And you and I get that. But most people who hear about crypto, they don't. They think, oh, yeah, there's too many scammers, too many people lost money. And it's up to you and I to show them how your life is going to change. One of my favorite things ever is when we can all get our own personal private wallets. Okay? Like, I am so up to here with passwords. Like, the whole thing annoys me to a level that is like, I want to just, you know that scene in Office Space where they take it out and they take the printer out to the field? Yeah, that scene. That's how I feel. It's just like, I was supposed to do an interview yesterday, and I tried for 20 minutes to get into this interview chat. It was unbelievable. I had 20 minutes, and I'm just sitting there going, never mind, whatever. I was busy anyway, and I was going to be really late to the show, but I was supposed to do this interview. It was all because of password. And I was just like, man, I put the same password in like 5 times, and then finally it locked me out. And I was like, great. All right, never mind. Technology is swell. But when we have our own personal private wallet, you're only going to, okay, we built this is going to go long now. We built the internet backwards. Okay, most people don't know that. We built it backwards. Okay, we should have built it to where you are the hub of the internet, not you hoping to get into the internet. You're the internet, and you only let in what you want to let in. Okay, that's what the wallet's going to change. No more, like, people are going to have to compete just for you to answer them going, oh, yeah, okay, I want to hear from this person. Yeah, okay. That's how it should be. Not that you put your email or your address out into the world and the whole world just swoops down on it and reproduces it and steals it and sells it and duplicates it. I just found out the other day there's like five on Instagram. There's like five V stickers on Instagram when we don't even have one. Like like there's
Yeah.
five of them duplicating us. Like
The
it's
beginning
just
of the
absurd.
internet was just a reconstitution of all the encyclopedias in the world, a
Yeah,
history written by all the victors.
yeah,
Like, great, more knowledge. That's what we all need. More knowledge.
yeah.
No, I'm with you totally, Dad. The opposite
It's the opposite.
is the personal wisdom and what I have to give and what I have to
Yeah.
share, and me not getting infiltrated, but me giving. Just
They
simple
what most people don't understand is
communication.
you're you're the source. You're the energy. You're the account. Okay? Your account, your source, your information has been given by Google and many other companies away to all of these people to prey on you. Wrong. Like wrong. That's backwards. We need to flip the whole thing upside down and say, no, no, no. Those people should be fortunate enough to communicate with us. That's how you get your personal rights and freedom back on the internet. And it's coming. And it is coming. Yeah. So the hackers, the whole thing was built by hackers. Anyway, there's a couple
Mhm.
of great books about that. Oh, did you hear about what happened to him? Oh my God. I don't want to bring that up right now.
I'm gonna send some love out real quick, Dad. Thanks,
Yeah.
other Nomad Crypto AI for the likes. That
All
does
right.
help us. It does help us. We do make some money. There's some. It's going into the account to try to make this whole thing better, and for us to be able to have more time with you. I've been very absentee, just having to work, but I'm back in a time in my life where I can really contribute to this channel and to the big one is just to inspire my dad and uh, a lot of you all have stuck around because he's delivered such a solid message and tries to bring that wisdom and um, I'm here to bring the love, and so thanks for the love and likes, everybody. um, oh, I had one, Dad. We got to read it. It was so good. There's I can't believe how many comments there are, guys. If you had a question or
So
anything,
cool.
I'm sorry. We're getting data uh, laptop here, so he'll be able to
So
read
I can
these.
read them.
Yeah, more in the future again. Um, yeah, this is from Verhufti. Okay, this is the
Okay.
one- this is the 1 minute story. Yeah, I have very similar story, my friend. Just so you know, so I'm not just throwing you out. I'm gonna go right there on the bridge with you. My 1 minute story on how I got into crypto. Well, I've been taking red pill suppositories for 20 years. That's how.
That's
That's how.
that'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That will do it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking some of that
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. Just be
Um,
careful not to get too bitter.
yeah. Yeah.
You can you go down that red pill path, you can end up being pissed off at the world real quick.
Real bitter.
Yep.
Yeah, and I try to look at that one now almost as like the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Dad, where it's just like, I don't even there'll be no discussion of political parties on this channel.
No.
We'll speak of the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
Audrey Z's in the house. Thank you so much for being here and all your comments. Uh, Long Arrow BZ. There was a shout out. Oh, what was her name? Lorena from Panama said hi to you, Dad.
Nice. Which
Uh-huh.
part of Panama?
The Egyptian princess is in the house. Brittany's
Been to
here.
Panama a few times. Love me some Panama.
Yeah.
Except for Cologne. Not a big fan of that town. Cologne is not the kind of place you want to hang out. Nope. Well, it wasn't. Hopefully it's gotten better. I love Panama City though. Very nice.
It's going to Bocas del Toro. Very
Oh,
close.
they're going there or they live there?
I'm going to Bocas del Toro.
Oh, you're going to love that. Do you surf? It's
We'll have
great.
to going in
Unbelievable.
January. I'll imagine it might
Because,
be a little cold, but
oh
surf.
yeah, no, that's beautiful. You're going to have a blast. That's a great little town. There's a little island off of there that I went to that I could tell a story an hour and a half long. I'm not kidding you. It's called Red Frog, Little Frog, Red Frog Island, I think. Really a wild little place. Really, really crazy. Not crazy. There's been a civilization of people there for a very long time. Okay. And the women run the island for generations. Like they are the matriarch. They are the leaders. They make all the decisions. And the men are very subservient to all the women. It's a really cool spot if you guys ever get a chance to go there. Anyway, cool little spot in the world. Don't get me started on Central American places that I've been.
Yeah. We
Too many good stories.
yeah, Red Frog Beach.
Red Frog.
Red Frog.
Yeah. That's a sweet little place in the world right there.
Quick little detail about surfing. One of my best friends gave me a surfboard yesterday.
Hey, what?
He's one of my best friends is moving and kind of cleaning out the garage, and he gave me I think it's like a 6'8" Almeric.
Nice.
It's sweet, man. It looks fast too. He said it's fast. I was like, oh boy, we don't really have the waves around here for that.
Yeah.
Around here, you need a longboard and a prayer.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Someday I will go back out there, Dad.
6'8's a big board for you. That's probably about right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. What do you say, Dad?
There's no other questions in there?
I'm looking at there's a lot of comments now. Let me try to find some questions. Anybody have anything we didn't get to? Go ahead and write it now. We'll
Just so cool being here with everybody.
yeah.
I'm so glad we still did. We talked about not doing these anymore, but I don't know.
Yeah,
They're too much fun.
part of the hope is we move it to Patreon, which we know is kind of a pain because you guys got to spend something on that. And it's not great, but at the same time, we want to do it for a living, and we do
Yeah.
want to do content where we can just really go nuts and have fun, and tell y'all what we really want to tell you. And so we'll be over
The
there
other
doing.
thing is too is if you knew anyway, I don't. Anyway, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah. Know when to hold them. Know when
Yeah.
to fold them.
Well, we do a lot of things for other people who can't do for themselves. I'm just going to put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And we like to do more of that going forward. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And I run a farm, so you can kind of maybe do the math. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
That's what I was doing all morning. I was cooking.
You were cooking.
I was cooking it up. It was good too. Yeah.
Yeah, that grill you got is serious business.
Yep. I
That
got a
thing's on
serious grill.
wheels.
Yeah. Yep. I can't wait to drag it somewhere and where we can have a meetup and we can just
See you,
grill
Sean.
and do a thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm thinking over by you sometime, Brent. We need to get something going on over there. That'd
we
be
do.
cool.
We do. There's a few other tubers, and yeah, if there's
Yeah.
ever any crew that's in here that's on the coast or in the Valley of California, we know Solar Sam is, but anybody else, please shout us out. We'd love to meet you.
Sam's in Florida. Sammy's in Florida.
Oh, is he? I thought
Yeah.
for some reason I thought he was right by you.
No, it's a different solar guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a outdoors guy. The outdoor guys.
Yeah, yeah, good call.
Yeah, he's in Fresno, Central California. All right, guys. Well, I don't know. I guess that's it. What else is in there?
That's really the last. There weren't really any questions, Dad. Yeah, welcome, Verhoofty. You really made your footprint here today. Very,
Cool.
very impressive. That gets the spicy award. Red Pill Suppository gets the spicy award today. That is high honor,
sure.
by the way. Okay, that's not a knock on anybody for getting too spicy in here.
No,
we appreciate it. We
I
appreciate
would have went with the IV, but hey, suppository. I get it.
that works
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Whatever your pleasure.
Uh-huh. That's right.
And now
let's
we're
call
gonna have to call
let's everybody get on with our day, and thank you if you've been in here an hour and a half with us. That's incredible.
Yeah, it was so cool.
We'll be back together on Patreon on Wednesday.
Yep.
And then we're gonna try to do a couple there together. We're gonna try to do interviews. Dad, you're making some really good videos as always, so thank you for that. I'm gonna be coming your direction. We'll make some more together there too. There's a couple I'd like your help with. Because cool. I really like to get making some videos for you guys more often.
Yep.
So thank you, crew. We appreciate you. Man. You've got our love and appreciation.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to have to cut this stream because the rooster's coming ever so close and crowing through the window here. So we're going to have to call it a day. But yeah, if you're into the woo-woo and the more of a spiritual thing, try and join us on our Patreon. Again, that's at thestaplecrew.info. You can get us there. And that's going to be this coming Wednesday, right, Brian? Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right. And that'll be the beginning of a long series of doing at least a live show or two a week, I believe. Yeah. One about crypto, one about spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into. Yeah. And we're going to
stuff.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing live interviews, not just with other content providers and other people that are making a big difference in the future of crypto, with people who are in the live chat right now. Those are also coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I've already asked two people and they're like, I'm not really on camera type guy. Okay. Next.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're on Patreon, send us a personal message if you're interested.
Yeah.
And we can kind of start that conversation. Because interviews are going to be more in our future. We want to talk to other people and get other opinions, and so you guys are getting more quality content and all that.
Perspectives. Yep. All right.
Yep.
Okay,
All right,
man.
you all have a great day. With
We
that,
are
Dad,
we are out.
out.
Sort of